So, it's a beautiful day to start brewing. And what do we need first for making cider? Well, I would hope that you would know, I'd hope you'd already guessed, we need apples from our apple orchard out here. Now, N'wah Sera actually provided us with these apple trees. They don't actually look spectacular. They don't look like magical apple trees, but I assure you they are magical apple trees for one reason. You will notice these trees are not very big. However, within each tree, we will find if I can interact with one of these trees. Oh, I believe I am already interacting with one of these trees. So we're foraging through the trees. Though you may not know it because my HUD is actually turned off. I don't know, I'll find a mod to make the important HUD elements, important to me actually, not important to the rest of the game. A lot of players will probably need health stats and stamina stats and magic stats. I don't actually need those. All I want is interaction stats. I want subtitles. I want interactive menus. I want interaction buttons and prompts clearly on the screen. And I want to know what I'm actually taking out of these trees. I'm assuming apples, but you never know. So I want that. And I will try and find something for it. There's plenty of mods out there, so we'll see what happens. So, oh, wrong button. So, if we look at our items there, we don't have actually many. However, we have 1,332 red apples. Now, that is a lot of apples from not many trees. And so you'll see that these are magical apple trees. And as lovely as it is to bask in the, not exactly warmth, but certainly sunshine of the place. Oh, there's, I don't know whether that's N'wah Sera or Secunda in the sky. See, I love the lore in the Elder Scrolls series. But I do recognise that many people don't want to hear about it. So I won't actually bore you with it much. You know, I may tell a few stories to the locals and the regulars once we actually have them, but really I don't really want to be talking to myself about these things. So there's N'wah Sera or Secunda in the sky. And I don't know what the time is. The time is 5 PM. It's an early moonrise, but you get those. It's lovely, but we have other things to be doing. And those other things that we should be doing do involve the pressing of apples. So what we're going to do is open this box, the apple container, and put in all of the apples. Because to hell with it, why not? Now, you can hear the machine going at the moment. It is full of apples, but we don't have anything to actually do with the apples as of yet. So what we're going to do is crush the apples. Did that button actually work? Sorry, I'm just going to turn the HUD on for a second. Ventilation. I would hope it's ventilating. There we go, right. So we have ventilation, we have apples being pressed, and now we can turn the HUD back off. Because we don't want it to be intruding on our adventures. We have the apples are being pressed. Now, the apples do take some time to be pressed. So you will have to be patient. I mean, there are certainly a lot of apples in there. They take roughly, oh, I don't know, I think they take about a day to be pressed. And then once we depress them, once we depress those apples, fill them with sadness, we'll, I think we decanter it next. Sorry, I'm just going to have to use the HUD for a little while. What we're going to do is see how long it takes to decanter these apples. There is not enough juice in the press, so I think it does take a day. An entire day. Or two, maybe two. At least one day to press these apples. Certainly not depress these apples. And meanwhile, we're going to go out on a little walk to take in the scenery of the place. And what we're going to do, I think we're going to just, you know, say hello to the neighbours, because really it would be rude not to. And I'm sure they'd love to live next to a pub. You know, there's a lot of space between them. It's not exactly next door. I used to live right next to a pub. It was awful. I may actually have to see if I can use some of their crops in my own salads. How great would that be? Although I believe that they actually grow, you know, they grow a few leeks. I believe there's a leeks and wheat over there. So we'll see if we can ask them for some wheat to use on our bread. Hello, cow. Now, from the note from the Jarl, we know that we can get our own cow farm. Their cow farm, I believe these are the Battleborns. Their cow farm is a little bit sad. So, I don't know, maybe we can sort out some sort of joint venture. If I become successful, I can open up my own cow farm next to their cow farm, or possibly even combine our own cow farms. And then, you know, go into a joint venture. Hello, child. You're not very talkative. Neither is your mum. I don't know if there's anyone actually inside the house. No, I don't believe there is. See, this is the problem with with not putting your HUD on. I believe I'll actually try and put on the HUD as little as possible. As little as possible. I mean that literally and time-wise as well. You can see it's very very pale, very unobtrusive. We'll use it when we need to. I'll say that. So, as you can see, we can actually go in. It's, you know, it's the evening. You don't really want to be bothering people when they're actually having their dinner, I suppose. But, you know, I'm just waiting for my apples to get depressed. So, it takes a long time. They're very chirpy little things. Lovely waterfalls over there. And meanwhile, while I wait for them to get pressed, I'll have a look around. Mrs. Battleborn, as far as we know. I haven't actually seen her husband, so she may be Miss, or she may be Mrs. She's travelling the road with us. We have the guards with us. I actually have a few better clothing mods and better armor mods, so that's why everyone's wearing cloaks. I'm going to go see Bellathor, probably in the morning, so let's check out Honningbrew Meadery, our competition. How dare they? How dare they compete with us? Although they have been in business longer than we have, so how dare we compete with them, really? How are we doing today, sir? Sabiorn. Sabjorn? Sabiorn. I'd like to say Sabiorn. Oh, so we already have an existing competition going on between Honningbrew Meadery and the Golden Glow Estate. But, you know, you don't want to have two giants out in that. We have Microsoft and Apple out here with Honningbrew Meadery and the Golden Glow Estate. So what I think I'm going to be Linux. You know, the little guy who's punching above his weight. And Linux will possibly win in the end. We'll see. It may take a while. May certainly take a while. I should actually note that I'm not actually a Linux fan. I've used it a little bit, and it's okay. It's okay. I am more of a Microsoft fan though. I don't really like Apple, but that's just on a personal basis. That's not really anything malicious against the company. The iPod's cool. I do like the iPod. Just not for me, really. And that's all it is. And that's all it should be, really. You know, consumer taste. Some people like Honey Brew. Some people like Golden Glow. Some people like ale. Some people like mead. Some people like wine. And some people like cider. You know, more people should like cider. But at the moment, it's really just a matter of taste. So we'll see. We'll check out the competition from the Honey Brew Meadery. What have you got for sale, Sabiorn? So, yes, I know about bartering. How will I have this business otherwise? So, Sabiorn does certainly like to sell some raw meat. Oh no, he does sell cooked meat. I suppose we could certainly check out his food. Let's try a bit of seared slaughterfish. And you know, let's, as a show of goodwill, we'll buy a few bottles of Honey Brew mead. Oh, it's very expensive. We'll buy 1 bottle of Honey Brew mead. Sorry, Sabiorn, but you're kind of ripping us off. God. So, oh, this is absolutely beautiful. The Northern Lights. The moon is huge. One of the moons, at least. And we have Aurora Borealis in the sky. And the lights are flickering. And it is beautiful. Where was I? Oh yes, the price of mead. The price of mead is too damn high. The price of cider will be certainly a lot lower. I can assure you of that. So no need to worry, patrons. You will have your mead. Sorry, you will have your cider. I'm off to a bad start here. You will have your cider. Hello. Another struggling neighbour who I will help out soon. They will have their cider. They will have as much as they want, and they will have it at a cheap price. N'wah will give it to them over his cold dead body. No, we will give it. He'll give it to them at a fair price, at a fair deal. Don't want to annoy the carriage guards running through the Whiterun stables. It's very dark. Do I have a torch? No, I do not have a torch. So what I want to do before I run back to the cider house. Oh, I didn't even lock up. Oh dear. Hopefully there's no bandits or thieves around. We did see that thief get shot down earlier. Hopefully the security around my own place is similarly, heightened. So let's go into Whiterun, get some torches. Maybe settle in for the night. I don't know. Maybe the Apple Press could be a little bit too loud. We don't really want to be kept awake. We have a lot to do in the morning. And again, the Aurora Borealis in the sky. It's absolutely beautiful. So you'll notice that it's a lot darker than it usually is in regular vanilla Skyrim. That's because I have a few lighting mods installed. Just because, you know, it gives it a lot more of an atmospheric feel. I tried getting open cities to work. That's my greatest disappointment at the moment. So I tried getting open cities to work. For those who don't know about it, it's actually it means that there's no loading screen between entering and leaving a city. You open the doors and it's just beautiful. You can go seamlessly from inside a city to outside a city. However, it has had a huge impact on my PC. So if I can get it to work, I will certainly try. But I'm not sure whether it's worth impacting the visual fidelity of the rest of this experience. You know, you want things to look nice. very warm guards. Always clearly taking an arrow to the eye. Let's have a look at the bannered mare. Oh dear, I should have brought my drum so that I could play some music. But alas, we're just going to have to settle in without the drum. We're just going to have to let this fellow over here play his music. And it's not that bad. The music isn't that bad. You'll notice that the pub is more full than it usually is. They're doing a lot more business than they usually would. Soon I will take it from them, which is probably a reason for me to remain anonymous. I really don't want to get chucked out of the pub for gloating. So what we're going to do first... Sorry, Hilda, you're just staring at me, waiting for me to order something. I'm just explaining my my evil machinations to you. So, without further ado, let's see what she's got for sale. I don't believe she'll actually have any torches. No, she does have a lot of food, a lot of drink available. Ooh, I don't know, a bottle of wine, ale. See, what I really want to do, I really don't want to be stepping on the toes of all the other proprietors in the vicinity just yet. Maybe later on when I can actually take on the might of Microsoft. But for now, we'll just, as a show of good faith, we'll buy a bottle of ale. We'll hang it up. Maybe not hang it up. We'll put it up somewhere. As a show of good faith, we'll put their drinks up on the counter. Make them available. We won't put too many of them. Sorry, I'm kind of being a bit rude here. I should take up my sword. It's not becoming of me to be wearing a sword around. Even if it is my antique iron sword from Grandpa Saracen. Oh dear, we have a teleporting man. Oh dear, everyone's just sort of tripping over each other. This isn't how a pub should be run. Very talented bard over there. I could certainly let him play on and drink, but I don't really want to get drunk tonight, you know, because I've got a lot of work in the morning to do, and I don't want to be doing it with a hangover. Let's rent a room. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Oh, everyone's looking at me. Oh dear. No, I don't want to be hiring any mercenaries. I don't feel like I'm in danger just yet, though perhaps later on when I become too successful, the might of the Honeybrew Meadery may actually deign to send someone to break my legs. I may have to actually take out a loan in the future. We'll see. But for now, let's have a sleep. Because, you know, my legs are tired. I don't want to be running back to the cider house at this time of night. It just won't do. So, I don't know. Should we start? We could do an early start, but that would mean that the shops wouldn't be open. So, you know, we're gonna have to we're gonna sleep in a little bit later.